My name is Craig from Ethereal Holistic Massage. You're getting these videos to help you learn how to stretch your lower back and your hips that I use myself from learning from a martial art called Hapkido. All of those stretches I learned was about becoming more flexible and giving myself more movement. I've got a pair of my tracksuit pants on today that have actually got a line down the side of them to be able to enable you to see what I'm doing so they don't blend in with the table. I get you to do this first one on the edge of the couch or even on the edge of your bed at night. I used to say to start upside down in bed and do one side, then turn around and do the other, but no one was. So we'll do one side and then bend the other leg up to actually extend the stretch. By laying down, I now have the ability to be right on the edge of the table, even if you hold on, so you give yourself some balance so you don't fall off. That would be horrible. But by dropping that leg off the side, your leg becomes a weight, like a pendulum. And as it drops and stretches, it's pulling all of the muscles down to your feet. Even if the bed that you are on is lower, allow yourself to lift that foot up and still wobble it backwards and forwards. It's still stretching. Now, as I said before about doing both legs at once, you can stretch the other leg up, bend it up so your foot is higher, which allows your knee to go outwards. While your leg is down and out, it actually pivots both sides. So using a flat hand, you feel from your pelvis out to your hips, and you'll actually find there's a tightness. Generally it's either outwards, through the center, or down. But at the moment, I'm sort of more upwards. So I'd use fingers flat and go rotate one way, rotate the other. That's just to loosen that tightness that you can feel. It's like wire rope through your legs. The second I do is find yourself more in the center and more comfortable. And then I lift up and grab hold behind my knee. So it's grabbing behind the knee with 3 fingers, pointing your fingers down the leg to the ankle, and the thumbs are always up. So as you're putting towards the angle, you find as you pull back, your leg drops. So as you're actually pulling backwards, now what I get you to do is to push away. So as you're pulling, you're also pushing your foot away. So when you stop pushing, the leg drops. You actually find you've got more flexibility. Now you need to do this both sides. So as you're pushing away, you'll probably find one leg is also stronger than the other. If you do this 3 times either side, until it gets back to the chest, and if you find that too easy, you can tie a belt around your foot to make sure it also doesn't come off, because otherwise, if that belt comes on, it can actually hit you in the face, which has happened to me, and that's not fun. So bringing that up, you can actually allow yourself to lift up, holding onto that belt, pulling away from the belt as you pull the belt forward, and then stop pushing away. You'll actually find you'll be able to get your leg up higher. And yet again, doing that the same on both, and my right is not as flexible as my left. So as I come up, push away, and when you get up to about here, you can almost do the splits. So being able to do those 2 combined with this one as well, you've also got a muscle that runs from your groin, which runs down towards your knee. I often think of it like 2 poles in the ground and putting a wire around the center. Put a piece of wood in the center and spin that piece of wood, and it tightens from the outside in. So we can release from the outsides. By the time you get to the middle, it's gone. So if you put the instep of your foot after grabbing hold of what I would classify as like a tic-tac sort of feel of the muscle and ligament joining onto the bone, and then you put your instep of your knee into the instep of your foot onto the side of your knee, and then move that muscle backwards and forwards. As you're moving it, so you can see, moving it backwards and forwards, you actually find it releases from the outside in. Even if you actually do go down from up in the knee and into the groin and work your way back to the center, by the time you get to the middle, it's actually releasing. But yet again, so that you can do it both sides, grab hold of that tic-tac up into the top, find that tight muscle, work your way down into the groin, then work your way back to the center of the muscle again. That allows not only flexibility through your lower back, because it's allowing muscle that's pulling this down into your glutes or down into your hips, allows that to go back up into where it belongs, but it also loosens that connection between your knees and your hips. So think about flexibility. Remember, this works for me. You may need to shift things around a little to be able to work for you, but give it a go and look through my other videos as well to find out the ones that work best for you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, check my others out to be the best version of yourself. And thanks again.